Shambho Adeva. Maharishi Vaishambhayana Yajnavalkya who had realized the truth, attained the Brahman, is trying to explain for the disciples who are willing to have the Brahma Jnanam, Brahma Tattva, the discipline of the process of transcendence. In this discipline, various things have been discussed, and these are such disciplines that there is no scope for any deviation or modification, and just acceptance as they are, absolutely with strict adherence to the statements and instructions by the Tapasvis. Why? Because such a stringent discipline has been imposed, because the person who has to travel through the super consciousness or the higher consciousness cannot assess things sitting in the lower consciousness. The assessment and understanding and execution and practicing can be done only when one is in the lower consciousness. But when one goes to the highest consciousness, it is the experience of transcendence or the transformation that makes it happen and experience it. These cannot be explained, is why Maharishi specifically said these instructions has to be adhered to with absolute discipline, 100% discipline. There is no question of 99.9999999. Because that 0.000001 you are not capable to modify. So there is no scope even to think that should I, because after certain limitations, it's the higher consciousness which makes it happen. There is no experiencer there. The experiencer and the experience and the experienced merges into one. Who will follow? Who will understand? Who will tell? Is why all this discipline and imposition and the hair-splitting explanations have been elaborately, explicitly explained by the great jnanis, by the great tapasvis. Salutations to them. Sashtanga pranams to them. So Bhagavan said in the in the higher consciousness, when the self-transcendence, which is known as the Aasha, has been told. This Aasha, the hope, or the Aasha, the aspiration is it, has to be there. Then the aspiration is the one which makes the self-existence make it as self-existence from the self. So that aspiration has to be there. Unless that aspiration is there, the self-experiencing requirement will not be there. There has to be a necessity for something. Then only a desire is arising out of it. Even in the materialistic life, when the necessity comes, a desire is arose. The necessity, whether it is necessary or not, one feels it is necessary. So from that, a desire is taken place. In the lower consciousness, the identification of necessities are purely based on emotional and as well as mental, according to the mind's choice, that is emotional, as well as the based on the karma phalas. One would like to go through that experience of the pleasure and pain, or the pleasure. Pain is also a pleasure. The pain is also a pleasure. This has been explained to you earlier also. That is why people would like to explain. Even for so many years, people explain about their pains elaborately, with all the pomp and posh, with all the paraphernalias. They enjoy telling that. They would elaborately say that, in 1920, I have been hospitalized in such and such hospital. Before going to surgery, I saw who all were there, how the surgery was done. And when they cut the stomach and they took out so much of hair from there. And also there were so many stones of different sizes polished very well. And I have kept them still. Safely, because it is in a bottle. So many are there. Kept it in the bottle. We asked the visitor, do you like to see? That fellow is already scared of it. No, I don't want to see, I believe you. No, you must see. You must see once, then only you will know exactly. Now somehow or other, this man, along with a cup of tea, this stone also served to see. Now, if he has to have the tea, first he has to see the stone. He has no option left. And with amazement and explanation, look at it. Do you know how many of them are there? He said, no, I cannot count on them. 15, Starting from 2 millimeter to 20 millimeter size, everything is by heart. Explain everything. So when everything is over, he has also, and he gave the bottle containing all the precious stones back to the owner. And the owner, with all the disappointment, he carries it back thinking that, when will I get another person to explain about this? That's a disappointment. Such a pleasure in explaining. Same way, all the dukkhas and kashtas are explained in such a wonderful, elaborate, with all sorts of frills around, all icing on the cake with that. all the kashtas and dukkhas. You do not know what the pain I have undergone. Absolutely right. I do not know. This is why I said, is the pain pleasure or not? Enjoyment out of explanation. If it is a pain, would anybody would like to experience the pain again? No. If it is a pain, we don't want to experience it again, is it not? If it is pain. Since it is being explained again and again, is it pain? No, it's a pleasure. It's one kind of pain and pleasure. There are so many like this. I don't want to waste time on that. You know it now. So what happens is that it's every pain and pleasure is all same. So the desire, where I have started, is that the desire comes out of these pains and pleasures you want to enjoy. Because it is in the lower consciousness, one is ignorant about the purpose of life. Is why we have reached, after explanations of all these things, we have reached to the hope or Aasha Bhavasmarat Bhuyat Bhuyasi. What is that? Self-transcendence, to transcend by the consciousness. So, he said, we explained about the aspiration last class. The purpose of our life is to aspire, not to greed or not to desire. The purpose of life is given only for that, but then the choice is yours. Most of them, they choose to the greed and desire because it is easier to get down than climbing up. They want to have more and more stulata, more and more of experiments they want to have, more and more of projections they keep on doing and going away from the moolam, urdhva moolam, from the root, from the sukshmata. They are going away from that. They would like to go away because it is easier for them to go away than coming back. Why? Because they already thought that it is easy to come back. But they have come so far to return without the discipline of the those disciplines which has already been explained by the tapasvis and maharishis here in the Upanishads and Vedas. It is not possible. That is why so much of discipline has to be followed. That is why each stulata has to be renounced. There are so many sthula avastha we have created, more than 30-35 steps of sthula avastha we have created. All this sthula avastha one by one has to be renounced, and then we have to go back to the previous position. There is no other way, there is no shortcut to go that. Whichever way it is, whichever faster you go or slow you go, you have to pass through those sthulatas, is it not? Whether you fly to a destination or you go by train to a destination, you have to pass through those distance, those places. You may be going one way faster and one way slower, that's all. But you have to pass through that areas, pass through those stages. So, the faster you go is always definitely better, no doubt about it. So that we don't have to delay our process of being with ourselves on time. So Bhagavan said about the aspiration last time. Our very existence is valuable only on account of the tendency present in the self-consciousness to transcend itself into higher mode of being. That is why everything is in the nature. The capability of transcendence is in the nature, in the prakriti. So when whatever is in the prakriti, that is there in the swabhava of the each and every jivatma also. In every jivatma there is a capability of transcendence. Like a small plant from the seed to grow to a big tree, and again come back to the seed. The same way, every human being or an animal or anything, any jivatma for that concerned, they all have the characteristics of the transcendence, you see. In the physical level also, there is a transcendence. For a plant, from small to, from the seed to the plant to the tree to the flowering and fruiting, and changing the leaves, branches growing, roots hanging from the branch again. All this transcendence, it's a characteristic of transformation. Same way as from an infant to an old man, the number of stages is Balyam, Kaumaram, Yauvanam, Vardhakyam. All these stages takes place not because you have capacity to change. Huh? It changes, that's all. It changes. So, transcendence is in the Prakriti. You are not remaining as an infant every time. No. You are changed. Your shape and form. Your progress of intellectual progress, your intellectual changes. The experiencing capacity and the experiences in everything, all over, in every field. When you look at it, if you divide the jiva into so many places, so many particles of 100 pieces, you can divide them, starting from the physical level to the intellectual level. You can divide them into 100 times. All these 100 changes takes place without you intending it. There is there in the Prakriti, in the Swabhava itself. The Swabhava itself is transcendence. The Swabhava itself is inherent with this transcendence. This transcendence is not learned by anybody. And why? Because it cannot be learned. Can you learn the transcendence? I want to grow back now to become a small boy. Can I do it? No. It's not possible. I don't know how to do it. But it can be done. If you know the techniques, it can be done. I want to go out of the body experience. Can you do it? Cannot do it. But it happens and it can be done. Consciously it can be done, but unconsciously it happens every day, every time, every night. It happens. It's a swabhava. But consciously, can you do it? I cannot do it. I do not know. In order to know that, you have to undergo that knowing in the sense. That means, what is knowing? That means understanding or knowing means, what is that? What is that understanding? Why we said we don't understand certain things. Understanding and knowing means that which is happening in the unconscious level, where the Jagrata Avastha is not there. Those happenings which one is capable of doing it in conscious level in the Jagrata Avastha is called understanding or doing, executing. Yes. We can dream taking a glass of water and drinking, and we can also do it in the conscious state. See, this is understanding it and executing it. But in the dream state, suddenly you are flying in the sky above the cloud. Now in the conscious state, you cannot do it because you do not understand and you are not doing it. Why? Because that that process cannot be understood in the conscious level. That which can be understood in the lower conscious level only can be done by the human. That which cannot be done, that was in the Sushupta Avastha or in the unconscious level, whichever that is there, which is inherent capability and capacity of one's own nature, Prakriti, that to implement it in the conscious status or in the Jagrata Avastha, one needs to transform this consciousness into the higher consciousness, this lower consciousness into higher consciousness. When this consciousness become transmigrate or transform or transcend into the higher consciousness, then all these things are possible. And that is not known as understanding or executing. Why? Because in the higher consciousness level, there is no one who is doing it or enjoying it. In the lower consciousness, there is one doing it and enjoying it. In the Swapnavastha or the Sushuptavastha, there is only one who is experiencing it. Right? In Swapnavastha and Sushuptavastha, there is only one who is experiencing it. Whereas in the conscious level, there has to be one who is doing it also. So flying cannot be done. You cannot experience it. Certain things in the conscious level or in the low, what we call it as Jagrata Avastha is a lower conscious level. In the lower conscious level, certain things cannot be done. In Swapna Avastha it is possible. In Sushupta Avastha it is possible. Why? Because there the executor is not there. The experiencer is not there. Only experience is there. Same way, in the higher consciousness, only experience is there. Experiencer is not existing. Is why it is not told that in the higher consciousness, the words such as understanding and doing, executing, being born, etc. are not told. Why? Because they are only experiences. These are only happening in the lower conscious level, which one doesn't understand. Which we call it as understanding is actually not understanding. Who understands it? I asked you 3 questions last time. Keep on pondering over that. Who are you pleasing? Who are you hating? Why are you doing all these things? Why and who? Who are you are trying to please? Who are you trying to hate? Who are you trying to convince? And why? Why are you doing it? In each and every action of yours, these questions have to be there. If these questions are answered, then it becomes the higher consciousness. It cannot be understood. It can be only experienced. The art of this experiencing or transcending from the lower consciousness to higher consciousness is a capability, and this capability comes from Aasha. There has to be a hope. We ask, no, is there any hope left in him to become that? There are some who are adamant. In our place there is a small proverb. We tell children, and we were also told when we were small, just a story like, some story they made up, but the gist of it is that, and the son does the mistake, the father or the uncle beats him. We have got matriarchal system, so we say uncle or the father punishes him, beats him up. The king beats him up. So the child is crying loud. Father, Father, don't beat me. I will not become good. Don't waste your energy. It's a proverb. So like that, there are some who are stuck. I will be only this. You can, any amount of caning you can do. Through jnanam, through Upanishad, through advices, through initiation, through upadesha, through all that you can do. I will not become. Good is some people, status of some of the Jivatmas. Why? Because, why? They would like to experiment and experience, because that's also in the Prakriti. As I told you, everything that is in your Swabhava is in the Prakriti. Nothing new we have created, because nobody, who is creating this? Who can create it? You means who? We are trying to do that. Who is that you? Who is that I? Who is that self? So it is all in the Swabhava. All that what you are doing is in the Prakriti. But only thing, how to orient it, how to legalize it in our language we call it. You can walk any way you like on the road, is it not? You are walking, the road is so broad, and you are paying tax for it. So I can walk any way I like? No. There is a legalization required. Keep left. Right? Boards are there, keep left. In this country, certain countries keep left, somewhere it is keep right. What is that? Discipline. Some legalization has been involved in it. So even though you have got freedom, what is that freedom? Freedom has been misunderstood. Freedom is not that walking indisciplinarily into anything, but walking disciplinarily into things. It's called freedom. Freedom, I always told about freedom, quite a lot of talks I think I've done. Freedom to think right. Freedom to do right. Most of the things what we are doing, out of compulsion, out of the what is that, practice of the society or the family, out of practice. Oh, in our house it is like this, so we have to do like that. That's all. Now, right or wrong is not true. So, out of that, out of compulsion, certain compulsions are there. Something are by force. You have to do it. Yes, now what to do? There is no other way. I have to do it. By force. Some of them by choice. What is choice? Should I do this and should I do this? This appears to be better. No explanation. No technical classification of what is that. This appears to be good, so I will do that. Another thing. This is all what we call it as freedom. Freedom to choose. Freedom to be compelled. Freedom to be doing this according to your thought. Freedom according to the rituals of the society, or your own wishes, whims and fancies. Today morning I got up, I am lazy, so I can delay puja. Okay, no problem. Some other days when you get up at 4 o'clock and do it, on that day you preach to the people, you should do puja at 4 o'clock. And suddenly one day you are doing it at 9 o'clock, then they say, you only told the other day 4 o'clock you have to do puja, but you are doing it at 9 o'clock. Sometimes when you are tired, you can do it 9 o'clock also. Freedom, is it? Freedom, what is the freedom? Is this the freedom? Is this the freedom? Is it called the freedom? This is called indiscipline. Depending upon your thoughts, depending upon your choices, there is a choice there. choosing. Choosing is done by you. Who is choosing? You are choosing. According to your convenience, your emotions, your satisfaction. This is called freedom. Freedom of thought. I have freedom of thought. At least I can think what I want. Who told you not to think? Why do you have to tell 100 times that why I cannot think? Or sit and think. Who said no? But people tell no. I have got freedom of thought. At least I can think. No, you should allow me to think. As if I am going and sitting inside there. Thought and obstructing, putting a gate on that and say that no, don't think. Think. No, you won't think. I have freedom to do whatever I want. It is my life. Yes, do it. Who stops you? This is what we call it as freedom. Bhagavan says freedom is not that. Freedom to follow the right. These are all freedom to follow the false. They are all falsehood. In falsehood, you attain only falsehood. That's not called freedom. Why it is not called? Why it is not called as freedom? Tell me. Why doing false things is not called as freedom? Swatantrata. Okay, both the language. Why it is not called as swatantrata or freedom? Why is it not a freedom? Can I not do wrong things? I feel like doing wrong things today. I will do it. Now, it's my freedom. Why it should not? Here Upanishad says that is not freedom. That's not. Why did he say that?
Freedom is for transcendence.
Yeah, but this I am free to do it, he says.
But we are not transcending. Indiscipline will only bring you down.
Okay, yeah, ultimately it comes to that, but you have to, why it is not called as freedom? I mean, you have to explain more on that. I mean, it ultimately comes to that only. You all know it. What is the answer? We all know it. It's not that new. Why it is not called as freedom? It's because you get entangled more in it than you are becoming free from that. In order to have freedom, you should be free from that, is it not? By doing it, you get entangled in it. By not doing it, you are becoming free from that. Is why freedom, swatantrata. That's why I said that word. Ultimately, ascending only. That's an ultimate thing. But we have to go hair splitting, otherwise you won't understand. Not a final meaning. That means Upanishad is not necessary. Brahman is the ultimate. Finish that, everybody knows. Aham Brahmasmi. The no Upanishad explanation is required. You got it. We have to go through this like this. Why it is not called as freedom? Because that doesn't make you free. That what makes you free should be done is called freedom. You are getting entangled. How can you call it as a freedom? And you are wrong. The other says that, oh, I got freedom to do anything I like. When I have got freedom to do anything I like, the anything and the like and the I, you are getting involved in. Yes, you got involved in it. You have entangled in it. You are entangled in it. Then what is freedom? Transcendence. That should not be done. I am free from that. Simple word. Simple word. Don't touch the hot glass, it will burn your finger. No. Let me try with a cloth in my hand. Coaster. What do you call it?
Gloves.
So the ghost, the gloves or whatever you call, or the glass and the water and the heat, everything is yours, entangled. When I said don't touch that, you are not touching that. What happened? You are free from that. Freedom. Then what should I do? Freedom to do, to transcend yourself. You have the capability to transcend. Everything is transcendence. Yes, everything is transcendence. You have a capability, you have a swabhava in you. You have the capability in you. You have swabhava inherent in you. Nobody has to induct that inside you in order to transcend towards the freedom. Transcend towards the freedom, not transcending towards entanglement. Both are transcending. Transcends. Why are you doing? Why did I say transcendence? Here also? Trance. One has to become, I told you in the last class, trance. One has to become in the trance to be transcending. To become bad also one becomes in trance, because we think, oh, that is wonderful, that is beautiful, that is what is necessary for me. If I don't get it, my life will be waste. If I have to be that, then I am going to be wonderful. Is also a transcendence, is it not? Swabhava, because that swabhava is there in you. The transcendent swabhava is in you. You should know what and where to transcend. How to transcend, you know it already. How to transcend, you know, that's why you are transcending every moment. Every thought you are transcending. Today you think like this, tomorrow you think the other way around, opposite to that. And you justify, oh, no, I thought that was yesterday, I thought was wrong. What today I am thinking, now I am thinking is right. And tomorrow you said, no, yesterday what I told you was wrong. I am sorry, finished. Transcendence is finished. We have got excuses. You see what happens? I presume and I derive the liberty of freedom. What is that? The liberty of freedom I am misusing. The liberty of the freedom has to be used. The liberty of freedom has to be given to you to transcend, free from the entanglement is called freedom. That's why swatantrata, from the tantras, swatantra. Swatantra, to become the swayam should be the tantra. That's called transcendence. To be the swayam is the transcendence. That's why the transcendence. To become the swayam, swatantra. That's why swatantrata. Not to get entangled. When you get entangled, you are not swa. You are para, object. As we told in the last class, hanging on to those objects which has got no substratum or bearing in the space. Like anchor, we have explained. You are hanging on to that. Hanging on the imaginary pleasures. I am on the 9th cloud. Which is that 9th? I have been looking for the 9th cloud for long years. I have all learned only in Upanishad 7 clouds are there. The 9th is not known where it is, the 9th. I hope you have understood what I mean with a lot of inferences, lot of comparisons and comparisons, lot of criticism. We have explained the transcendence and freedom of transcendence. These criticisms and comparison and details are meant for making us conscious that I have freedom to become the truth. I have the freedom to become me. I am not forced by my environments. I should not be forced by my environments. I should not be forced by my rituals. I should not be forced by society. I should not be forced by my negative attitudes and thoughts. I should not be forced by my ignorance. I should not be forced by misunderstandings of my freedom. I should not be forced by the negative ideas that is cropping up into my mind due to my emotions and dissatisfactions of my mind, which is changeable. Because why? You cannot depend any of them. They are all absolutely illusions. When you are depending upon those illusions, your transcendence will not be true. The transcendence towards the freedom, transcendence towards the right, transcendence towards the self is the only truth. Trying to recollect. I don't know. Anyway, something like this. I was seeing a small movie strip yesterday. Even though it's a normal movie and conversation, some of the words I get attracted to, So there was a person, there was a lot of anomalies taking place. So there was a person who is one man who was trying to bring that into control, and bring peace. So many people are there, more than 150, 200 people. They are making chaos there. There was a lot of panic there. There are a lot of other things. So, and this man tries to, bring peace among that. So one lady was asking him, there is so much of chaos. Is there something to worry about? He's telling, no, don't worry. There's nothing to worry about. What are you doing then? So much of chaos is there. I am trying to control. I am trying to control this. I'll make it all right. I'm trying to control this. So that lady tells one word. Control is an illusion. Nobody can control anything. This is what is it. It happens. You see, it's happening. Who controlled it? Who controls it? Who made it happen? Who controlled it? Even though it's a normal movie, they might not have thought about it, but I'm just deriving out of it. Even in our normal thing, this controlling is an illusion, that's all. I say I control that. It's an illusion, that's all. You're not controlling. Nobody can control anything. In Subhava, this transcendence is there. It's only that can be done. Otherwise, no control. So, you should have Sthita Prajna. You should have pronunciation capacity. The blessing of the Guru and the Lord and the Upasana and the Nityasana Shakti, Samarpana Bhava. With these, we will surrender our Ahankara into it and we will accept the freedom of transcendence as being directed towards us. See? We ourselves in a normal life, you want to go to a particular destination. You come to a crossroad, okay? All the roads are looking, all the paths are looking beautiful. In the crossroad, what do? Do you see the path with the road which is beautiful and I walk on that? No. Even if the road is bad, You ask somebody, or if you know it, you know it, or if you ask somebody, which is the path towards such and such destination? Says that this one. Oh my God, comparatively this is a bad road. But will you reject it because it's a bad road? No. Where you have to go, depending upon your destination, you take the path. Not depending upon the beauty of the path. Right? Now depending on that. So there are so many crossroads in our life. You walk only in the right path is called the freedom. That's called the freedom. Freedom to transcend yourself towards the self, swatantrata. The freedom to walk on that. The other one is not a freedom. Why it is not a freedom? Your emotion or your taste or your appearance of that path which is beautiful attracts you to walk on that is not your swabhava. You have been influenced by an external source. What? That beautiful road. Trees on the by side of the road. You have been influenced by that, If that influencing take place, it's not freedom. You are under the influence of that. When you are under the influence of X, Y, Z, that's not called freedom. What is called freedom? Where there is no influencing. There's no influencing. Upanishad doesn't give you any sort of influencing, any sort of rosy picture of out. On the other hand, you find it difficult. They say you surrender, samarpana, then upasana, nityaasana, you have to follow this, then you will find you are on the free path. Freedom from all, what is the freedom? Freedom from all the entanglement. Freedom from exposing to stulada. Freedom from projecting more and more of stula bhava and contracting to sukshma where it is inherent of everything. Whereas in stula, only that particular experience is there. You project the stula bhava of sharira, you can experience only sharira. Whereas when you contract yourself to the sukshma bhava of atma, atma can experience the intellectual center ahankara, also mano buddhi ahankara and sharira, indriya, all that can be experienced by the atma. Whereas in sharira, only sharira can be experienced. In mana can be experienced. Indriya can be experienced. So, the more and more you go into stula bhava, only that particular, your area of experience, the more and more you go to stula bhava, the area of experience becomes reduced. The more and more you go to sukshma bhava, the area of experience becomes wide. That is why Vishwarupam. What is Vishwarupam? The atom or the subatom. Tanmatra. 20 bifurcations of the matra. Tanmatra. That Tanmatra is the most free as far as the item is concerned. Whereas the more and more the Stula Bhava, they are restricted by the discipline of entanglement. The lesser and lesser the Stula Bhava, they are disciplined by the freedom. One is disciplined by the freedom, another is disciplined by the entanglement. You think entanglement is a freedom. Entanglement, because you enjoy that entanglement, as I told you, you enjoy the sadness. You know how much I cried on that day. See, enjoy. When you're expressing it, you're enjoying it. You know how much I suffered on that day. You're enjoying it. Enjoyment of entanglement, you see. You are in the Sthula Bhava, it is freedom of entanglement. So what is that? Entanglement it is. It's not freedom, it is entanglement. Whereas in the Sukshma Bhava, it's a freedom. It's a freedom of, in the freedom of the Swabhava. One is going into the freedom of Swabhava. Hum apne mein jana chahte hain. I want to go into me. I don't want to be influenced by you. I don't want to be influenced by emotions. I don't want to be influenced by any of these environments. I don't want to be influenced by these entanglements. They are all shackles pulling me from all the sides together. This is what is called our enjoyment. Pulling me from all the sides, the shackles chained you from all the sides, and everyone is pulling from each side. Now imagine what is the condition of yours. Each one is pulling from all the 8 directions. 8 chains are pulling you. Which way to go? And you say that I am free. Cut. Shear off this entanglement. Shear off this shackles. You are free. None of them should influence you. One is pulling me to east, another is northeast, another is southeast. No. I am not to be pulled. Where should I be pulled? I should be pulled only to that direction where my transcendence is to my Swabhava. What is Swabhava? Swabhava is nothing but the Prakriti. That is Swabhava. Swabhava is not your habit or your character or things like that. Swabhava is that Prakriti, towards that nature, towards the Prakriti, towards the Purusha, ultimately towards the Purusha. That is Swabhava. Swabhava. None of them is Swabhava. Even though we use the word Swabhava for very nominal meaning, which is absolutely not right according to Upanishadic way, but it's okay. It's okay for the purpose of understanding. We can call it as, that is his Swabhava. Telling lies is his Swabhava. Now tell me, which is the Swabhava? Is it the Swabhava? No, that's not the Swabhava. Swabhava is something else. This is a manipulation in the Swabhava, telling lies. A true nature of me, how can I tell untruth? It's a manifestation. The true nature of me is called Swabhava. How can I tell untruth? It's a manifestation. So is it a freedom? Transcendence to entanglement. Whereas from that untruth, when I change into my truth by my choice, with pleasure, with happiness, I change into Swabhava. Guruji has told to meditate. Guruji has advised to meditate. Swami has advised to meditate. What happened? You are entangled. You are not doing it according to your own choice and wish. He has told me to meditate, so I am meditating. I am not meditating. I am not meditating. He told me to meditate, so I am meditating. He's external to me. He's not internal to me. I like doing the meditation as he has told me. The same thing, if you put it this way, you are meditating. Otherwise you are irritating. Not meditating. You are irritating to the Guru as well as to the disciple. Oh, this fellow has no other job. Every time I have to do the same meditation. Irritating. This is not irritating, it's irritating. It's not meditating. But when you do it, follow. Why? The samarpana bhava has come. Why he said samarpana? To do it. As he has told, I have to am meditating. What happened? The choice of the freedom. Freedom of choice is not there. Freedom of following is there. When freedom of choice according to my emotion, my satisfaction, dissatisfaction, when it comes, it's not freedom, it's entanglement. Entanglement is irritating. Telling you examples so that you get easily what is called freedom. Why did he use? Where somewhere it is freedom, no? That's why I said this. So I had to tell you all this, so what is called freedom. How? Because this hair splitting is necessary. Otherwise, how can you progress? Otherwise, you will think whatever you are thinking is right. You should know whatever you are thinking is wrong. Whatever is instructed to you by the higher consciousness, by that power, is right. This concept has to be not understood, the concept has to be experienced, inherent in you, so that you will not try to understand it. The moment you will try to understand it, you will manifest it, you will manipulate it. The moment you manifest it and manipulate it, it is not freedom, it is entanglement. The moment you follow, it is not entanglement. That's why they use a word called following the footpaths of the Guru. Following the footpaths of Guru is the word used. Why? Because there is no choice, or there is no manifestation, there is no entanglement, there is no restriction for movement. You are following according to your wish, according to the swabhava. Wish means here, what I mean is that according to your swabhava. What is your swabhava? Your swabhava is to follow the transcendence towards the self. Is called following the footsteps of the Guru. Guru is an embodiment of knowledge. You following the footsteps of Guru, you following the knowledge with conviction that it is right, not by force. That's why he said following, not along with Guru. Not along with Guru, or by the direction of Guru, instruction, under the instruction of Guru. Not by like that the herd of cows and goats. You see every day one man with a stick and hey, that. They are also following him, we can say. That's not the following. He is being forced, is it not? Cane behind the back, cane. No canes. No canes, no instruction. Yes. I am walking. If you like, you walk. I am experiencing. If you want, you experience the same thing. I am not telling you what to experience. I am walking a particular way. This is towards the freedom, liberation of freedom. Without questions, it must be right. That's called samarpana. Through samarpana, you just walk and you experience the freedom of walking. You are following the footpaths and you are experiencing the freedom. He is neither instructing, nor scolding, nor teaching, nor directing, nothing. The direction is already there. Freedom to walk that way, that's all. Only when you turn this way, that way, you have to think, then you have to act, then you have to resist, Then you have to create, then you have to manifest and manipulate everything when you go of your own, is it not? Follow. Freedom, liberation of freedom. There are no entanglements, there are no restrictions. Absolutely free towards the Swabhava. While walking, can I think of myself sometimes? My nose is itching. He says, no problem. Can I stop sometime? No problem, stop. If you can cope up with me afterwards, stop. Freedom. But then cope up. That's called the path towards the freedom. Liberation towards the freedom, because they samarpanize it. This language has to be understood. It's not a physical way of following. I'm just telling it in a Shabdartham is necessary, because some sort of manifestation of expression of this cannot be done otherwise, because they're all experiences. How can I make you experience following the footpath of Guru? Now tell me. Which are the words how I can make you experience following the footpath of Guru? I cannot say. It's like sand under your feet, like that. A slush under your feet, or water, or walking on the ice. Can I explain something like that? No. It's not possible. Why? Because they are of higher consciousness. Shabda is not there. After beyond. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasasa. Okay, I think we will continue, because this is necessary to understand, otherwise we will think freedom means I got freedom to transcend. Remember one thing, I do not have freedom to transcend. My Swabhava is transcendence. Find the difference. One is entanglement, as I told you, one is irritation, another is meditation. I have freedom to transcend. My Swabhava is transcendence. Here. Okay, now Bhagavan is bringing us to the material world to give an experience of that. So he said that tendency present the tendency present in self-consciousness to transcend itself into higher modes of being, the transcendence of the consciousness into higher modes of being is called transcendence, the freedom of transcendence, the Swabhava of transcendence. This is what he's telling, that the tendency is present. That's why he said, valuable only. Our very existence is valuable only on account of tendency present in the self-consciousness to transcend itself into the higher modes of being. This is what I have explained all this way. In this, you should not find that account of tendency to present. Is that what I said? The tendency, Swabhava, that's what I said, Swabhava. Everything we have in the Prakriti. All the Swabhava in us is there in the, whatever we are doing is everything is there in the Prakriti. Because all the options have been given to us. Through whichever option you want to climb up, you climb up. Yes. Somebody wants to go through the ramp, you can go through the ramp. Somebody wants to go to the escalator, elevators, go through the elevators. Somebody go through the lift, somebody go through the stairs. Whichever path you want, you can adopt that. Depending upon your karma and experience, you will get that path. Just take it. Renounce that so that you can get the next path. For that, Samarpana is necessary. Is why he said valuable. The existence is valuable. Only on account of the tendency present in the self-consciousness. This tendency present in self-consciousness is what I said. What is that tendency? Swabhava. To transcend itself into the higher being. Who is transcending whom? The consciousness is transcending itself into the higher consciousness. By whom? By the consciousness. There's an inherent meaning in this. Who is transcending the consciousness? Who is transcending the consciousness? Consciousness. Where is the consciousness transcending the consciousness into? The higher consciousness. You understood? Everything is within the capability and capacity of the consciousness. It is not influenced by. Why? Because it has got a tendency present in it. There is a tendency present in the consciousness to transcend. It is not influenced by anything. The consciousness is not transcending because he will become Brahma Sakshatkari. No. Because it has got a tendency inherent in that, that's all. In the Swabhava, there is tendency. You got it? In the Swabhava there is transcendence capacity. In the Swabhava there is transcendence capacity. Not because of a desire of to be something, the transcendence is being happened. It is because that is influential. When it is influenced, the transcendency or the change takes place depending upon the intensity of the influence. If transcendency with the self-esteem or Swabhava takes place depending upon the unlimited capacity of the self, unlimited capacity of the Swabhava. In Swabhava, everything is there. But whereas it is influenced, it will be depending upon the intensity of the influence. Who he is more influential? He has got more capacity to influence, more money, more physical strength, more physical power, more government power, more this power, more force, more this, more that, more this, more this. Because of that, till that is exhausted, the influence will remain. When that is exhausted in the object, the influence is also lost. But when there is an influence in the Swabhava itself, which is never lost, it's always present, is it not? Because it's not external. When I influence you, my capacity of influencing goes down, your influencing goes down. Your influence goes down. Whereas you have your own influence inside you, you grow till the time you are there, that influence will be there. I hope I'm clear on that. This is called the tendency of the present of the self-consciousness. Swabhava. Follow the Swabhava. That's why, again, I'm repeating. Following that Swabhava is freedom. To follow that Swabhava is freedom. That's why he is known as sannyasi. The one who does the Satya Anveshanam is a sannyasi. So Swabhava. It's not forced on him. There are so many forced sannyasis today. Out of hunger, out of requirement of certain things, or out of fame, wanting fame, out of this, out of that, out of this and all that, they all become that. No, it is not that. They all are good, okay. They are in their own position. I explained you. There are hundreds of people doing so many things in this world. All are good according to their own status. Doesn't mean he is a sannyasi. Doesn't mean he is an evolved soul. No. Doesn't mean he is a Brahma Sakshatkari. He doesn't mean he is Brahmachari. He is good. He is doing this, he is doing that, he is doing this, he is doing that, he is doing this. Everyone is good. So many people are there doing so many things according to their own karma and their own capability and capacities. They are all doing everything whatever is required. Everything is good. But they are not this. Here it's a specific intentionally, an intention provided by the Maharishi and Tapasvi that we are being taken to our own self and then to the Brahman. That's what is happening here in the Brahmajnana. So he says that the Swabhava of the transcendence, for that, Dusswabhava has to be renounced. What's the Dusswabhava? The Dusswabhava is that I have misunderstood my sharira, my mana as me. I have misunderstood that this is mine and that is mine. Attractions and attachments. So now here, Samarpana Bhava to the knowledge, Samarpana Bhava to the Guru, to the embodiment of knowledge, so that will give you freedom to transcend. Who will give freedom to transcend? The knowledge will give freedom to transcend. He will say, don't worry, go ahead. This knowledge. The Ajnani will always get entangled in the fear of transcending. The Jnani will be free to transcend. This is where the Jnanam is required. So, he says, even in this world of living with Sharira and Mana, we are happy in this world merely because of the hope, Aasha, that we will be happy tomorrow. Not because we are happy today. Nobody is living in this world saying that, oh, आज तो अच्छा सा खाना खाया, so I want to live. No. कल हमें खाने का है, so I want to live. Just an example. It is because that expectation, what we call it an expectation. Tomorrow I am going to get this. Not tomorrow, next moment also, next hour, next after this. I am going to get this is why we want to live in this world. Even in the materials. Oh, I want to do that. And I will do that. That makes me happy. Because as if he has already done it. I will do it. So we are happy in this world merely because of that. Not because I have done it today. have become so and so, chief minister, prime minister, president, ex-minister, y-minister. Today, should be happy. Where? Unhappiness increased. Tomorrow, what I have to do for making me happy? Day after tomorrow, after 5 years, my term is up to 5 years. After 5 years, out to sit here only. Now, these 2 years are left out. 3 years are left. After 5 years, out to sit. After this, what happens? That I have to prepare now. Forgot about today, what has been done, what has been enjoyed, nothing. Tomorrow I will be happy. Next moment I will be happy. This is what is going to happen to me because you know how beautifully I have planned this tomorrow, which I do not know whether it will come or not, and I am happy because is why in the physical way we are also living. You understood? He is showing the characteristics that there is a swabhava. Because of this expectation, this is happening. The same way, the self is existing because of the capability of transcendence towards the self is why the self is existing. This desire is not visible outside. Can we know? When I say that, you are trying to think, is it because that I am living today? Nobody has thought why I want to live. Everybody wants to live. Want to hold on. See, everyone. Yes. But externally, the desire is not visible outside because it's not a direct experience, it's an indirect experience. Logically, it cannot be explained because it is a supra-logical experience. Logically, it cannot be explained that I am desiring to be there tomorrow, but I have an inherent desire already established that tomorrow I will be living and I will have to live it. Hey. Put that sweet inside that tin and keep it, container and keep it tomorrow. I have to eat it in the evening. See. Preparation is already for tomorrow. The sweet, I eat it today. No, keep it inside that container where airtight container is there so that it will not get spoiled because tomorrow I have to eat. Now this is there inherent is why I am keeping it automatically the sweet into container. This cannot be, he says, there is an inherent desire in that, which is not possible to express it or tell that or consciously aware of it. We cannot logically argue out the reason behind the desire to exist because it's not a direct experience. It is a supra-logical mystery. It's a supra-logical mystery. So many things which we do not plan, we do not know, but we have it inherently there. See? It's all there. Logically, there is no explanation to that. Yes. Most of the thing, as I told you last time also, security. The security is a big problem. Tomorrow, if I don't have this, how I am going to survive? Tomorrow, if I don't get what I thought, how I am going to live? Yes. Tomorrow, if there is not there, what will I do? For that, imagine, first of all, that itself is baseless. For that baseless security, I create baseless securities imaginarily. The desire or hope to exist, which is actually what is Sanat Kumara meant by saying that Aasha is not a mere desire to exist in as a body. Many of us we say, what is this body? Yeah, it is not there in the body. He says that it's not mere desire to exist in the body. No, it's not that. There's something beyond, There's something we want. People do not want to die. They want to continue their existence. Swamiji says they want to continue their existence as long as possible. They pray for long life. Yes. Even the blessing also. Ayushman Bhava. Even great people also gives the blessing of Ayushman Bhava, but there is a difference in you are desiring to be living long and his blessing to be Ayushman Bhava. I'll tell you this difference. He is not you. He is already an evolved soul. The man who is capable of blessing somebody has to be evolved. Has to be. Well, it may not be, that's a different thing, but has to be. Then only he can do the blessing. So when he blesses Ayushman Bhava, it has got a totally different meaning. If I don't explain you please remind me at the end of this, because I have to explain many other things before that, then only you will understand it. So here, it's not a mere existence in the body. So if you yourself know, it is not a mere existence that is the body that I am asking, how can a noble man, bless you? Ayushman Bhava means no existing in the body. Live 100 years old. He did not say that. But there is a word in Sanskrit many people misunderstand. Shatamanam Bhava, Shatayur Bhava. Shatayur is not that 100 years of life. 100 Shatamanam Bhava, thousands of folds, hundreds of folds. Shatamanam Bhava, Shatayur Bhava, hundreds of folds of years. That's the meaning behind it. Okay, I will explain this. This is not the right time. It's not a desire to persist in the physical body. Then what is absolutely right? Suppose we ask for something, no? We don't have desire to exist. But there is a desire. Unknown desire to be there permanently. Amrutattva. By all the Srimad Mahabhagavatam, how many? 18,000 shlokas. Ultimately, where they have reached? Amrita. It's a big fight between them for the Amrita. Asuras and Devas for Amritattva. And they said, there's a meaning. Yes, Upanishad, the whole Vedavyasa has not just written that for the language for common people to understand, but it has to be seriously understood. Amritattvam is that what they want. Asuras are fighting for Amritattvam. They also want Amritattvam. Devas are also fighting for Amritattvam. That means everything in this universe is fighting for Amritattva. That's what Maharshi told in one sentence here. The whole Bhagavata he said that part of Bhagavata has been told here. They pray for long life, but they do not understand what is actually meant by long life. Asuras, even though they wanted long life, they do not know why they want long life, just to fight. Devas wanted long life. For what? For whatever it is. Who is eligible for the Amritattvam? We all say there is a partiality. Vishnu has become very partial to serve Amritattvam to Devatas and deprive the Asuras. No, that's the Bhagavatam story. a desire to be living, constantly is there in everyone. That is inherent. That's what he says. It cannot be logically explained why one want to live in that form, in the physical form or in the mental form or whatever form. He wants amrutatvam, amaratvam, amrutatvam, whatever it is. He wants long life. But who is Mahavishnu? The one who is serving amaratvam. Who gives this? Who is this? This consciousness who is the one who is giving the long life. Who should be given the long life? The consciousness. Where is the consciousness? The consciousness is there in the Asuras and the consciousness is there in the Devatas also. Story says Mahavishnu, who is the higher consciousness, served the Amrita only to the Devatas. Who are the Devatas? From this you should be clear by now. The one who would like to aspire and to become the Swabhava according to their Swabhava is the Devatas. Devata is that the one who has got the Gunatitas, the one who wants to become the Swabhava according to their Swabhava, transcendence to the self. The one who wants to have the transcendence to the self by inherent Swabhava, for them the higher consciousness have served the Amrutatva to the consciousness is nothing material, it automatically happens. The higher consciousness has deprived serving Amrita to Asuras. The Asurikata in the consciousness, which has got a tendency towards the greed and the desire, going to Sthula Bhava, the higher consciousness did not serve Amrutatva. Have you understood? It's not clear. Did he serve it? No. His service is there always, but he did not receive it. The Asura, the Asurikata in the consciousness, which is a tendency towards growing towards the Sthulata, to experience only small things like he wants a power. What is Asura? Generally. Asurikata is that physical power and money, wealth, enjoyment, pleasures, sensual pleasures. These are all the Asura. The one who wants that, he was deprived of the Amrita. By whom? By his own higher consciousness. His own higher consciousness did not. Why? Because he did not have the freedom, the liberty of the freedom of transcendence towards the Swabhava of him. He has diverted himself from his Devika Swabhava to Asurika Swabhava. He is also Ishvara, he is also Deva. He is also a Devata. But he has changed his freedom of attraction towards all these things. So he has become Sura. It's not palatable. Asurikata. It's not palatable to the promotion of transcendence towards the self. Transcendence towards the Swabhava. Transcendence towards the higher consciousness is why the Amrita has not been. Now you understand whether Vishnu has been partial or impartial. No. So, but everything. So, why did I say this example? Is that, you see, in one sentence here in Upanishad is that, you see, the whole chapter of that has been incorporated in one sentence of Maharishi Vaishambhayana and Yajnavalkya, saying that they pray for long life, but they do not understand what is actually meant by long life. So they asked Asura, why you want long life? Devata asked Devata, why you want long life? Who can tell who wants long life? And then what happens? You understood what do you mean by that? That means it is there in the inherent, in every Jivatma there is a swabhava, a tendency to live long. You see, that's why Ashirvada is different. Don't connect it with that. Ashirvada is totally different. Ayushman Bhava, that I will come later again. I have not come to that stage. We are unconsciously asking for something whose nature is not clear in our own minds. Actually, are we asking for long life means? Are we asking for the existing Sharira to be living very long? Mother is, let me tell you an example. Mother goes to, with the child goes to a guru or a Swamiji, Tapasvi, Jnani, Maharishi, says that, please bless my son for his long ayu, Ayushman. Please bless my son to be Ayushman. Who? Mother is requesting. Okay. I'll tell you a small example. I don't know whether you will be able to catch it. The further we will be explaining on that. What does he want? What does she want? That my son should live in this treacherous world for more than 120 years and suffer the pollution and the poverty and economic crisis created by the unscrupulous politicians and others? What does she want? Or should he suffer, the poor boy? Why the mother asked for Ayu? Hey, Swamiji, Ayushman. Who was that? The boy who died at the 16-year-old. Who has become the Maharshi afterwards. Bhagavan Shiv has given him long life. Markandeya. His Markandeya was supposed to die at 16 years. Become an extremely intelligent good boy, and a blessing was given to the mother, but he will die at 16. Markandeya is the one who has become the Maharishi who was the catalyst to write the Atharvana Veda afterwards. Okay. His mother has asked Bhagavan, Yama, please extend his life. What did she mean by asking him to extend the life of that? Is it that Markandeya's 16-year-old Sharira to be extended 220 years? Well, something else is there that you think until later. So we are asking for something whose nature is not clear in our own mind. For Ayu, we are asking, Ayu. What is Ayu? Age. Ayu. In English it's age. Age means what? Age of who? Sharira, body. Is what we normally think. Ayu of the Sharira is what we think. But we all know Sharira is perishable. It's not. We all know Sharira is perishable. Still will you ask, you want more Ayu? I mean for the Sharira? No. Because it is known to us. Nobody can say that. Even God, Brahma also said that to the Asuras and others. No? When somebody asked for the boon, they said, Amritattvam chahiye. So Bhagavan always said, the one who is born has to die. Even God cannot defy that. I cannot give you that. Vara. Then he modifies that. Who lives, not living, who is inside, who is outside, who is not an animal, who is an animal, who should not kill me. He will modify, no, the question. Then he will think, okay, then somebody I will create for this fellow. Okay, boon agreed. Death has to be there, you see. Sharira has to die, we all know it. Are we asking for that? We are asking for, unconsciously asking for something whose nature is not clear in our own minds. We ourselves do not know. Here in the case of Markandeya or the son by the mother, it is her affection towards the son asking for long life. Right. Why did she ask for long life? It is her affection towards the son. She asked for long life of the son. Okay. How long she will live? After that, where is her affection? When she herself is not there, when her affection itself is not there, what is the use of long life for the son? No use. No use. Then what did she ask? What did Markandeya's mother ask? Or a normal mother asked actually. This is much higher if you understand. She only asked for the ayu of the sonhood. I will only tell this word. First you can contemplate. Mother asked the ayu for the sonhood. Markandeya's mother asked for the Markandeya's long life is not the physical body of Markandeya, but the inherent qualities of Markandeya. That's what Ayushman. Okay, that's what he says, that something whose nature is not clear to our own minds. We are asking for life which we do not know what for, because we are in the conscious level, we are in the lower conscious level. We are asking for the extension for the higher consciousness. That means, again, my interpretation is that the capability to transcend myself into the highest consciousness gradually through the higher consciousness, through my consciousness, should be blessed so that that process doesn't stop. Amritattvam to that, amaratvam to that, not for the physical body or form or mind or these things is not what you call it as ayugo. Is why also we are asking for self-transcendent existence. What are we asking for? Self-transcendent existence. Ayushman. That is why Maharishi says that Ayushman Bhava. Not that you live in this Sharira as Muralidharan and suffer. No. Maharishi never blesses to somebody to suffer. Great men, great tapasvis, great jnanis, great people never bless for anybody to suffer. His blessings, even though may bring sufferings to you, sharirik, by physical body, but his blessings are meant only for your transcendence towards the highest consciousness. You may be temporarily feeling that, oh my God. Somebody asked me also, hum itna puja kiya, sara jeevan. Day before yesterday, one message was there, I showed you. Itna puja kiya, I am suffering. What is the use of puja? I don't believe anything. I don't want to believe anything. All humbug, rubbish. Why this thought comes? हमें ये सब इसलिए किस लिए किया? Why did I do it? Why this thought comes? Because when you did puja, you did not puja to Bhagwan. You wanted a selfish motive to be achieved, and it is an application to sanction certain privileges to underprivileged. Right? Hey Bhagwan, even though I am not eligible for happiness, give me happiness, is the prayer. Is why one is disappointed. That's why I say privileges to underprivileged. He is not eligible for that. The one who is eligible has to surrender himself so that he will get the capability of self-transcendence. Had he come out of that conscious level to the higher conscious level, he would have thought that this experiencing of kashta, dukkha is meant for, this is a path of transcendence. It's a way of transcendence through which I have to pass through. Not that I get entangled with it. Somewhere in the corner, somebody stands with a chocolate. Hey. Instead of coming to the Guru, he goes to chocolate. It's not the existence in the limited personality of ours. It's not existence in the. It's not the existence that is in the limited personality of ours. We are asking. We are asking beyond the personality of ours. That self-existence, transcendence in the self-existence. Let the transcendence be continued till the time I arrive my goal, which is called the absolute end of it, where there is no more transcendence to be taken place. Reach me there, till then amaratva, amrutatva, ayushman bhava. That is ayu. Ayu is that? The time, ayu, is the duration, is the time. It's not the number of years the sharira is being on. Today we call it as ayu, as sharira's ayu. Not sharira's ayu, your ayu. The you should be exhausted, that ayu. Not your sharira's ayu. This is not you. So how can you say Ayushman in the sense only Sharira? No. Your consciousness should be there till the time it has got the complete freedom, a liberty of the freedom to transcend into the self and ultimately dilute yourself into that Prakriti and Purusha. Is what is the meaning of Ayushman Bhava. Your sense, not the physical senses, not the lower consciousness. That is what Maharishi blesses to be Ayushman. Not sharirik pleasures and pains. So when we ask, it is not the existence, this limited in the personality of ours. Oh, I think it is time, yes. Who would like to be in this particular body only for a long time? Absolutely. This I have asked you. Who would like to be in this body? Most of the people ask after a certain age. Better retire. Please pack me off. This luggage is too much to carry. It has become too heavy with shoulder pains and which part of your life would you like to perpetuate? Is the Balyavastha? Is the Yavanavastha? Is the Vardhakyavastha you would like to get extended? Ashirvad dijiye taaki hum jaldi nahi mare. Let me live long. Which part of you want to live long? Your childhood? Your Yavana? Your Vardhakya you would like to have live long? is what he is asking. Which part of you would like to perpetuate? There's a confusion in mind when we ask for long life. But the hidden intention, so when the mother asks for the son also, which part of the life of your son would like to perpetuate? Hidden, this we do not know consciously. It's not known. You ask the person who is asking for that, why do you want to have your son living so long? As I told you, it is not the son, the sonhood, I said. See? That should live long, that's it. But the hidden intention in our mind behind asking is or desiring for the long life is that what we want to perpetuate, the essentiality of our existence. Now this existence is not what we call bodily existence, though we mistakenly identify our existence with the body. There is a subtle urge within us to exceed or go beyond the limitations of our body experience, which is the reason why we ask for more and more things. From here I will continue. More and more things. We are asking for more and more things. Accumulate more and more objects. Why? This needs little explanation. Page number 171. Om Shanti.